Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, and yes, gonna be reviewing some of my all-time favorite movies leading up to my birthday. Yes, so, as a tradition and that I've done before, so you get the idea. So that's right, and you read the title of what I'm reviewing. The first film I'm gonna be reviewing, that's one of my favorite movies, and, you know, the fact that this year it's celebrating its anniversary, and that being Charade. Yes, I love Charade, and it's in one of my top favorite movies, directed by Stanley Donen, who famously co-directed alongside with Gene Kelly, Singing in the Rain. Yep, because I'm curious, because I'm pretty sure that people would be surprised to learn that this film, Charade, was directed by the same guy who also directed Singing in the Rain. Because again, Singing in the Rain was not only directed by Stanley, but also Gene Kelly co-directed it as well. So, but yes. Also, Charade is famously well known to be considered the best Alfred Hitchcock film he never made. Yep, because a lot of people mistaken this for an Alfred Hitchcock film, because it feels like one. But the fact that Alfred did not write or direct this film, had no involvement whatsoever. And basically, that's the intention for this film, I can tell, because Stanley, he was inspired by North by Northwest, and he wanted to, you know, do a movie that, that paid homage and tribute, that is, to Alfred Hitchcock, and the fact that, also, Cary Grant, he, you know, him being one of the stars of Charade, he had been in a lot of Alfred Hitchcock's films. So, yeah. But anyways, so, the story. Romance and suspense ensue in Paris as a woman is pursued by several men who want a fortune her murdered husband had stolen. Whom can she trust? Yeah, because literally, the opening to this film, it starts off with somebody being killed and thrown off of the train, and, Audrey Hepburn, she plays Regina Lampert. You know, she was going to divorce her husband. She was going through a divorce, but, unfortunately, her husband got killed, as we saw at the beginning. And, yeah, a lot of, familiar faces who were in this, there was, James Coburn, George Kennedy, Ned Glass, Walter Matthau, and Jacques Marine. Yeah, I think I got that right. And, Paul Boniface. A lot of well-known people in this. Basically, because, James Coburn, he plays Tex Panthalo. George Kennedy, he plays Herman Scobie, if I'm saying the last name right. And Ned Glass, he plays Leopold W. Gideon. The three of them, and we find out that Cary Grant's character, Peter, he's involved too. They're trying to get their hands on her late husband's fortune, the money, basically. And throughout the film, because, it's hard to tell, because who can she trust, and which one of them is the main antagonist? And, when watching this film, and of course we do find out who the real antagonist is, all four of them, and should I say all three of them, that being Tex, Herman, and Leopold, they're not really, being bad guys or anything like that. This is me talking and what I'm thinking. I don't think they become bad guys. They're not being bad men for the heck of it, because all they want is just the money. But, I don't think they're, like, they never, like, once lay a finger on Regina, so I guess that counts. But, you know, and also Herman, because one cool thing about Herman is that, well, he has like, metal arm, like, not like, say, a hook, but, you know, because he has no arm, he has, like, a metal arm, and, like, he, you know, he can even hold guns and such. Especially because him and Peter, because, like, they kind of don't get along, and they at times get into a fight, especially one scene where they get into a fight on top of the hotel roof, and where the sign is, and yeah, because it's just like, you know, like, I don't know, kids at it at each other or stuff like that, you know. And Leopold, he actually he kind of has allergic reactions, like he kind of sneezes a lot and has a funny sneeze. You know, that's the best I can describe. And also, I also want to mention this, like, Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant, I should say, the actors, like, they have worked together, and I'm trying to remember, Audrey Hepburn was in something of Alfred Hitchcock, if I'm correct. I also feel like James Coburn would have been in something of Alfred Hitchcock's, but I don't know. But of course we all know Audrey Hepburn, famously well known for her role in Breakfast at Tiffany's as Holly, so yeah. But anyways, so throughout the film, because, like, also, like, a friend of Regina's and her friend's son, like, they have a part in this too, and even, like, say, Sylvie Gotti being played by Dominic Minot, if I'm saying that right, and Jean-Louis Gotti, Sylvie's son, played by a young kid actor, Thomas Chelamisky, if I'm saying that right, I don't know. And even, like, say, at one point, all three of them, that being Tex, Leopold, and Herman, like, they kind of, at one point, have him held hostage. I wouldn't say they weren't, like, doing anything bad, I guess. What, were they wanting to get attention? Were they trying to get Regina's attention, as well as Peter? I don't know. Also, because, Walter Matthau, who's in this, because he plays Hamilton, Bartholomew, like, he kind of, like, helps out Regina at times, and he seems like a trustworthy guy, you know, even, like saying to her, like not to trust the other men, so, and, you know, at times, all three of them, Herman, Gideon, and Tex, but all three of them getting killed one by one, because Herman, geez, because he was drowned in a bathtub, and Gideon, he was called down from his hotel room to, like, to go down the elevator, and he was murdered on the elevator, jeez. And then for Tex, oh my gosh, because he was tied up and a bag was put over his face, like a clear plastic bag. Jeez, that was very cruel. And also funny moments between, you know, Regina and Peter, and with some funny moments in this, like, I don't know how to explain this one sequence where somebody is, like, having everybody, like, do this game, like two people, like, you know, like, close to each other and trying to move, like, what is it, an orange or something? Like, it's difficult for me to explain, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It is funny, so, you know, even when, say, Peter, like, first trying to do this, like, move it for, like, like, because, like, he's up against a fat lady, so, you know, and it's got some good music, definitely, and, I'm curious, like, the music, it's also supposed to give you the Alfred Hitchcock vibes, because of how the music was in his movies, I guess. Well, and again, because some action sequences, all that kind of stuff to give you the Alfred Hitchcock vibe. So, yeah. Even say, yeah, as I mentioned, like, funny moments between Regina and Peter, and especially, it's up to that point where, they start to have feelings for each other, up to when, say, well, because, with Tex being the last one to still be alive, like, even at one point, he sees, some stamps, and this has to do something, I guess, with, the money that they're after, and, with Tex, because as he wrote something on the carpet, dial, right before he died, and he wrote dial, and, because Regina discovered Tex's body, and she saw what he wrote, that indicated to her, at first, thinking that it was Peter, but of course, like, Peter, he's not the bad guy or anything like that, and, of course, Hamilton helping out Regina, like, to not trust Peter. But, of course, a standoff, like, she's come face-to-face with Hamilton and Peter. And, of course, Hamilton, he is the bad guy. He's the main antagonist. He's been the bad guy the whole time. So... And, of course, a little chase and, like, gun firing. And, of course, Hamilton does get defeated. And, all ends well. And, of course, Peter and Regina, they do finally get together. So, even, like, say, like, Regina talking about their future kids. So, I tell ya, Charade, what a fantastic film this is. Again, this film being considered the best Alfred Hitchcock film he never made. It's true, because, it's amazing. When people watch this for the first time, it's just amazing when they learn that Alfred Hitchcock, he had no involvement in this. Nor even say was he executive producer. I'm curious if Alfred Hitchcock had anything to say about this, and if he was honored, like if he was touched that, this movie was an homage to him and his film work, I'd say so. Like, I would assume that, he heard about this. Well, not to mention, because Mel Brooks, he did a with his parody movies, he did one that was an homage to Alfred Hitchcock. And, of course, Alfred Hitchcock, he thought was pretty good. But he gave it one criticism, and that was how many shower curtain rings there were. So, definitely, I'm giving Charade a 10 out of 10. And what about you guys? Have you ever seen Charade? And what did you think of my review? Leave comments and give this review a like as always. So, with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Charade. More reviews coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review. And of course, going to be continuing reviewing more of my favorite movies leading up to my birthday. And the next one I'm going to be reviewing is a... Disney hand-drawn animated feature that has to do with a mouse detective. You probably know what I'm talking about. Stay tuned for that. Take care, and peace out.